Hello, folks. I'm going to play you a quick introduction to the English TV Channel 4 news, where they're talking about Israel killing children and a reporter.
Good evening. As the funerals were held in Gaza of 6 journalists killed by Israel in a targeted strike, a message on the social media of Anas al-Sharif, who'd become famous for his reports on Al Jazeera's Arabic channel, said if the post was showing on his account, Israel has succeeded in killing me and silencing my voice. Targeting journalists is a war crime, and human rights and press freedom groups, as well as his employers, dismissed Israeli claims that he was the leader of a terrorist cell. The UN condemned the killings as a grave breach of international humanitarian law. Israeli forces killed at least 34 other Palestinians today, according to Gaza's hospitals. In one strike, which the IDF said was on a Hamas command center, 6 of the 9 people killed were children.
Good evening.
Okay. Right. So, first of all, let's talk about the Hamas control center attack. Yes. We've known for a long time that Hamas do tend to have their control centres in schools or hospitals where it's flooded with children and patients. Because when they get attacked, they can blame the attacker, saying how nasty these people are. They're of the devil because they're killing children. Yeah. We know this happens because it happens in war, where the minnows tend to do this. Yeah, we know that the IRA used to hide in areas where there were innocent people all the time, because then they would hide among people, pretending to be, just a normal person, not actually part of the IRA. Because they're all cowards. All these people are cowards. If you hide among children, you're a coward. If you hide among normal people, if you're waging war, if you're bombing pubs like the IRA were doing, you're bombing innocent people. You're saying that you're actually at war with the British government because of what's happened in Ireland. Okay. And again, most people wouldn't have a problem, as I've said in the past. If they were targeting government members, if they were targeting government buildings, then I think most people would say, well, okay, we understand why you're doing that. But the problem is they won't do that because they're hard targets. They're difficult targets to hit. Far easier to hit a pub full of innocent people that had absolutely nothing to do with the decisions made against your country. Yeah. It's cowardice. Simple. It's cowardice, it's laziness, really. But you have that with Hamas as well. Of course you do. They call themselves a freedom fighter. You can call yourself what you like. It doesn't mean it's true. And again, this press officer. With Israel saying that this person was a leader of Hamas, well, is it beyond reason that Hamas would put one of their leaders as a reporter? So that when they realise that person is a leader and they kill that person, oh, it was a reporter. They killed a reporter. That's against the law. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. The problem is, in the press, whether it's English press or anything else, left-wing press will never ask those questions. They will never ask, is it possible that actually both points are true? That he is a leader of Hamas and he is also a reporter. Is it possible that both are true? Yeah. Of course. It's actually highly likely, therefore, that is true, but they will not ask the questions. And as I was listening to it, I realised Israel haven't done it yet. They haven't done it yet. They haven't done the thing yet that's going to turn everyone against them. But, yeah, reports like this isn't helping their cause, even though, are the reports true? No. But, to be honest, with propaganda, because what's going to happen is, you're going to have propaganda against Israel. And that's what we're having. You're going to have that. Because before all nations go to war against Israel, which is what the Word of God says in the latter days, before that happens, there has to be propaganda. There has to be taking what Israel has done and lying about it, making it into something which they didn't do. Or even Hamas killing their own people, which they have done, to blame Israel. Yeah. Is it beyond the possibility that Hamas could themselves bomb a school for the children and blame Israel? Yeah. That's exactly what they're going to do. It will be something of that nature, what they're going to do. Because that's the nature. That's the nature of, yeah, what we see right now. In a world that prefers lies, which we do have that world that prefers lies, truth is offensive, so lies are preferred, then you can lie to people like this propaganda. And they will believe every single thing you say. Because you've set it up. You've set up this point where lies are preferred to truth. Which means that you can spread your lies. You can make Israel out to be the baddie because you won't question anything. Like, okay, Israel was saying this press officer was actually a leader of Hamas. Is that possible? Will that question be asked amongst the media? Is that possible? No. Not BBC, not ITV, not Channel 4. They won't ask the question. Because as soon as you ask the question, you're saying maybe Israel were right to do what they did. Left-wing media can't do that. Israel have to be the enemy. Hamas and Palestinians have to be the victims. We're coming to that point where Israel will be blamed for doing something and all nations will war against Israel. We're not quite there yet. You take care. Bye.